Kesha in our studio.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, and you say you're really good, but the album, some of the quotes I've read.
Listen, it's emotion is moment to moment, right?
Okay.
And I feel like, especially after the couple of years we've all had,
Fair enough.
Can't we be honest? Some
Right.
moments are not great, and then some are wonderful.
Right.
So I think that's life. That's
But I
being human.
guess what I was reading and I'm kind of confused about is there's some darker moments on the album.
For sure.
And you're getting it out because you're in a great spot yourself right now, personally, right?
I never been happier, which is
So happy to hear that. Not the expletive, we got that. No. I'm so happy to hear that you're in such a great spot. But I feel like you ringed us. Do you know what that means?
no.
Nobody really does. I just thought of it myself. You know when you're watching The Ring and then there's all this whatever, the darkness, and you watch The Ring and then you have to get somebody else to watch The Ring and then the darkness leaves you?
Oh, I'm
You didn't just hand me
passing.
your darkness, did you?
No.
All right.
Okay, here's my vibe. Tell me if this translates on the
Okay.
album, but I feel like we all walk around and pretend like everything is wonderful all the time, and hopefully it is, but life comes with painful moments.
Yeah.
And instead of pretending like they do not exist, I thought I
Right.
would give a voice to it and set them free, and also hopefully in the process have people that listen to it be like, oh my God, okay, if she can just talk about it and be this open about it, maybe I
Right.
can. Because I think talking about things and getting it out in art is really healthy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. And even just thinking about a conversation I had with my 15-year-old son, I talk about how life can seem perfect for so many people on the outside of their lives. And we all have couples we know, we see their marriage. Oh my God, a perfect marriage, perfect family, the great kids, whatever. But we don't know what's behind those doors, behind
you
those
never
windows, in those
do.
bedrooms. We don't know. And nobody's life is perfect. Doesn't matter who you
No.
are.
And they're probably serial killers.
Oh, I didn't share that with
Honestly.
my son, but
Well,
I'll share that
statistically,
tonight.
some of them are, right?
Well, let me
What's the number on
step
that?
in
Do
here.
you know the number on what's a serial killer? Is one of us a serial killer in the room?
It's not zero.
No.
Oh, really?
Who would most likely, and include the people from the record company, looking around, judge just by looking at them?
Oh gosh.
Oh, we had somebody raise their
Volunteer.
hand. What's your name? You don't have to say it. She raised her hand from Kesha's team and go, yeah, hi, I'm a serial killer. Nice to meet you. What else is going on? So the album drops today. We're going to talk about that.
Album drops today. I've been working on it for over 3 years.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Last night I just had an art exhibition.
Wow.
That went amazing.
What was the art?
All the art from the visualizers from the album.
Okay.
So it was all really well thought out to kind of speak about the emotions of the album through the visuals, because I feel like when you make an album, I built the foundation. I wrote the songs, the melody, the lyric, the music. The foundation is there, and then the visuals bring it to the third dimension. So they're really important. So I wanted to celebrate how awesome the visuals are.
I love that.
The last song on the album, Happy.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Okay, so I read that you sampled a friend of yours who's a wizard.
Yes, Oberon Zell.
So what does that mean? What
Well, I love how you say French. She says the name like we should know this wizard. Oh, he's my
Obviously.
favorite wizard.
He is my favorite wizard. Well, so I met Oberon Zell because I had a podcast where I would talk to interesting people
Yeah.
about their interesting lives. And he's genuinely a wizard. He runs a wizard school. And he's just lovely. And I was watching a documentary on him. And there's a line that he said, sometimes you think you're doing the magic, and sometimes the magic is doing you. And I loved that because it's that's life.
What does one learn at a wizarding school?
I haven't gone to it.
Okay.
But,
All right.
and I've also never seen Harry Potter. So you
You've
might
never seen
be
Harry
asking
Potter?
the wrong person.
Oh my gosh,
I
go watch Harry Potter.
I feel like a
Fantastic.
bad wizard friend, but
Right. You really
Does he
are.
love Harry Potter? Like, would he be upset at watching Harry Potter? Like when police officers watch shows about cops and they're like, oh, it's not really
Or somebody
like that.
watches Top Gun who flies jets.
Exactly.
All
oh my
right.
gosh, I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll do with him next time I see him. He lives in the woods. It's
Does he have a wand?
oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
he has a hat.
He has a hat?
The
big tall
yes.
rimmed hat? Yeah.
This man does not
Pointy
disappoint.
hat, everything right. Big beard?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, full blown
right.
best wizard.
And
of all
lives in the
time.
woods.
Lives in the woods.
Does he have people are there with him and stuff like that?
Yeah, he ran
Right.
a commune, and he actually
Right.
lived next door. They found out later to a serial killer that was killing people and putting the bodies in the land that they were doing their naked hippie dances on.
And the wizard didn't pick up on those vibes.
No, he's not a psychic. Okay, he's a wizard.
Just saying, maybe you would have noticed something there. Wow, darkness again there. Bringing it right back.
Oh no, I don't want to. My
No,
mom
it's fine. It's
always like talks about death. It's like her favorite topic. So I'm like, Mom, you're
Yeah.
a goth, and I don't want to be a goth.
Is she goth?
Not like
Not black lipstick and everything, right?
but just in her
Yeah.
heart.
Only Love Can Save Us Now. What's the story behind that song?
So Only Love Can Save Us Now is a mantra I kept saying to myself because like this is my quarantine album.
Mhm.
Like, so I kept kind of watching things online and it would freak me out. And I was like, love can save us. Only love can save us now. So it became a prayer and a surrender. So
Okay.
I really wanted to write a celebratory song that I could also just side note, see amazing drag performances. In my mind, this is a great drag song.
Right.
But I wanted to make a song that was like the verses were angsty and sonically kind of represent the chaos of the world. And
Sure.
then the chorus, I wanted it to feel like a release, a surrender, a prayer, a turning over of power, and be filled with hope. Because, I mean, am I tripping? Did everybody else go through these emotions when we were like,
Lockdown.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so I feel like it's, you know, it's an exorcism of emotion, this whole album.
Did you, because I guess so many artists, when we had all that time off,
Mhm.
unpaid vacation, when we had all that time off during the pandemic, they worked on stuff
Yeah.
and they came out with stuff. And so you worked in this thing for like 3 years, come out with it.
Yes.
Were you nervous about like not doing something like that for like 3 years and then here it comes? Like people are like, oh, this better be good. You've had like 3 years to do it or something, you know?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
think, are you kidding with me? You put out music and like the first song I ever put out was TikTok, which is very different to my new material.
For sure.
And seemingly people really like that. So to do something different is a little bit scary, but I also feel like humans grow. So I want to allow my art to grow. I don't want to just become a caricature of who I once was. And I love her,
You want to grow.
but I want to grow. And I am working with Rick. He really like facilitated a place. He was like, please grow, please grow.
Right. You felt like you could take chances.
Oh my God. And he like is so funny. Every time I would say a bad word,
Yeah.
he would like giggle and be like, say more bad words. So my like bad word addiction was worsened during
Okay.
the pandemic.
Yeah. We're not saying that in here, by the
No,
way.
there are
no one's
no-
encouraging you to say
There's
more bad
no,
words.
okay, I have to rein it back in.
Yeah,
I've been
rein it
3
back.
years
Yeah.
with somebody that's like
Rein it back,
claps
girl.
every time I say a bad word.
You're not a fisherman or somebody working on the wharf.
I kind of feel like a fisherman sometimes.
really?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Fishing for hits.
Fishing for
So what are you doing on album release night?
Album release night. Well, so last night I had a big party.
Uh-huh.
So tonight I think I'm going to go, I'm going to go jump in the ocean because I feel like it's like this rebirth for me.
Mhm.
And that's my favorite thing to do whenever it's like a birthday or a full moon. So I'm going to go down to the ocean. I'm going to burn a list of all the emotions I want to let go of. And I'm going to jump naked in the sea.
I love this.
I know. I feel like I need to try that.
I want to do this.
I feel like you're going to get arrested. You're burning on the
Possible.
beach, open fire pit. You're running naked through the beach. Where are you doing this?
Okay,
What
fine.
beach are you doing this
I will
at?
burn the thing in the trash can in my living room. And
Oh,
then
that's
I'll
a
go
horrible
to the-
idea. That's going to light your house on fire. You know who does that? Chris Martin does that. Like every day he writes down the darkest thoughts that he has. He told us this sitting in that chair. By the way, side note, I'm always like pleasantly like amused by, Kesha and all these stars that sit in that chair.
It's a good chair.
That's 6 degrees of a lot of people right
Yeah.
there. So Chris comes in, sat right there, and said he writes down his darkest thoughts, because he does have dark thoughts sometimes. And he writes them down on a piece of paper, and then every day he burns them, and then they're gone. He tells no one. No one reads them. He just writes them down, the dark thoughts, burns them for the universe.
Oh my gosh, he's a witch too. I love that. No, I really think that that's kind of what my album was, except for instead of burning them and no one ever seeing them, the whole
Right.
world's about to hear them and judge them. But it's kind of the same idea.
Yeah,
Not,
getting it out there.
judging them maybe, but also relating. I feel like so many people are going to be able to relate to these songs by feeling those dark feelings that we've had coming out, hopefully seeing the light. So people are going to relate to this album, I feel, more than ever.
I hope so. I hope they do relate, or I hope it's for something. I hope people don't relate too much because, of course, I want people to be like always very, very happy. But if it relates to just one person that's kind of struggling to put words to their feelings or doesn't want to feel alone in their feelings, I hope this gives just one person in the world a space.
So with the artistic expression of music, do you have anything else that you're doing as a hobby or an outlet for yourself? What else do you like to do?
I started ninjutsu.
What is that?
It's like defense classes, self-defense classes.
Okay, all right. So it's a martial arts?
Yes.
Okay.
I paint.
Okay. Now when you paint, what type of painting? Is it, are you painting people? Are you painting just crazy different colors? What do we call that? What's that type of painting?
Kind of more abstract.
Yeah.
More abstract? Thank you. Yeah.
Last night I painted a yeti. So I don't know what that would be.
A mythical creature
Yes.
that your warlock friend told you about that lived next door to him.
Okay, listen. Let me tell you a very short story. It's not that short,
Please,
but I'm
go
going to try. So I was in lockdown having like a very weird, surreal time. And then one night I felt like I was meditating and I felt like I had this really spiritual, beautiful experience. Freaked me out, but I was like, okay. So next day I woke up, wrote the first song for this album. It's called Eat the Acid. Because whatever, you're probably gonna cut this part out. But my mom told me to not take acid, so I never did. But I still had this like weird experience while I was meditating that felt very psychedelic.
Like you did, but you never did. You
Yeah,
never did acid.
No, never.
Mom told you not to eat the acid.
No. And so then,
Different moms. My mom never mentioned don't eat acid. It never came up.
did you ever take it?
No.
I was offered
Ever?
acid last
You were
week
offered acid last
Yes.
week?
What?
as I was walking down.
I don't even know what acid
Hollywood Boulevard.
is.
Don't do Hollywood Boulevard.
I know. My boyfriend wanted pizza.
What were you guys? Oh, you're getting pizza
We
on
were
Hollywood
getting
Boulevard?
pizza, and in a
Okay.
span of 3 minutes, I was
Yeah.
offered acid.
Right.
I saw 2 women get into a car, and I also saw a man going to the bathroom in a planter in 3 minutes. But I was offered acid, and I said, "Oh no, thank you," and I just kept walking.
Fair
Smart.
enough. Okay. All right. So you're
Smart.
tripping out. You're having this
So
experience.
tripping out,
Right.
having this weird experience, wrote the first song for the album. That's what kind of was the initial track for what is Gag Order.
Yeah.
So then the album goes, as the album's going, I start a podcast where I meet the wizard
Right.
and I'm talking to people about different paranormal, supernatural things
Mm-hmm.
or just weird stuff. That turns into a TV show on Discovery Plus called Conjuring Kesha, where I get to
Okay.
go ghost hunting and looking for Bigfoot, looking for aliens, etc.
Okay.
And then now the album's coming out. So I feel like it's like this 360 look at what my life has been, is like this
Right.
psychedelic journey the past 3 years.
Do you believe now? See, and this is not judgmental. I don't believe in Bigfoot or Sasquatch or any of those things. I believe in aliens. I believe the universe is so vast and so massive that how could there not be another life form of some sorts out there?
So how do you know it's not a fluffy, furry guy?
Because basic biology tells me that fluffy furry guys have parents, grandparents, great grandparents. We found no skeletal remains of a fluffy furry guy like Bigfoot or Sasquatch out there in this world.
Okay,
Basic
where's
biology
the-
means they have to procreate.
Okay, but where are the alien bodies? And they would have to procreate too.
They've got the UFO. They fly
Okay.
down, say hello, and go back. I'm with you
No.
on that.
So supposedly, I wasn't into I was always into Bigfoot, but wasn't
Right.
a believer. But then I went to this place called Mount Shasta.
Yeah.
Everyone there sees Bigfoot, and they say that he's an interdimensional creature,
Uh-huh.
much like
Right.
the aliens.
Right.
So if you think of him in that
Uh-huh.
sense, doesn't it make
And
you kind of...
does everyone there also own a small little restaurant that's Bigfoot themed
Yep.
that invites tourists in to spend money on a Bigfoot shake and Bigfoot
Yes.
fries?
They do.
Aha!
But
But
I did see a video that was like pretty freaky stuff. I
oh,
saw
the
like,
legendary graded one where Bigfoot's walking past the wood line?
oh, I saw that one, but these
Right.
like the people I talked to in Mount Shasta, they have all in their phones. They have pictures of Yetis and Bigfoots, just like it's like my cat. I swear.
Right.
But I also have a theory that everybody drinks the Shasta water. So I'm like, again, it kind of circles
Really high
back.
mineral content or something that's causing an effect.
No, so I'm just here for like all the weirdest stuff in the world.
Right.
And all the things I can't see
Yeah.
excite me the most.
Well, what we can see is your album's out today.
Yeah, we love that. Can't believe that's real.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kesha.
Yay!